Hello, welcome to Redhead Art. Quickly subscribe to the channel before you do anything else. Now today I wanted to show you all about this box. Now this box is what I call, well, it's actually a gift, a crafty gift for family. So we do this all the time. We get a shoebox and like a normal ordinary shoebox and we decorate it. So here we put some decoupage paper and decoupage glue and then put a little heart on top, and then we fill it with lots of crafty goodies. And people always ask me, what do you put in your craft box and why? So I wanted to show you what's in our craft box. This is a craft kit that we're going to give to our cousins in Austria when we go and visit them, and we've done lots of different ones in the past, and it depends on who's getting it and what I put in. So I'm going to show you what's in this box, but before I do, I wanted to show you what I would put into a basic set. If you have a basic set, like it's your own children maybe, and they don't have any craft materials yet, I would say you need these sort of items. So let's have a look. You need, I think paint's always handy, because you're going to paint toilet rolls or paint pictures. You know, you can pick up some nice sets that look nice and that work quite well for kids craft in places like IKEA, or this is from a place called Tiger. So it doesn't have to be super expensive when you're working with kids. So this is a nice paint set, which wasn't too expensive. We always have some PVA glue. So this is PVA glue's white glue, and it's really strong and it's really good, and it actually sticks things together and it dries clear. We have a good pair of children's scissors. Now I'm not being paid to promote this brand, but Scotch do have some really good set of children's scissors that cut really well, have nice rounded corners, short blades, and there's no point buying safety scissors that don't work. Children will get frustrated. Love masking tape. Masking tape can sort of just create shapes, connect things really quickly, and you can paint over it. So it's not like normal tape, you can actually tape over it, so it's really good. And then obviously your glue stick. So these would be my absolute basics if I know the children don't have these sort of things. Now I don't put this in my little craft box as a present, simply because when you're giving it as a present, I quite like to have special things in it, things that the children might not have. So here you can see lots of different coloured felt. Now felt's really nice for things like if you're making a toilet roll, a penguin, or a tissue paper chick, you might want to use a little bit as a beak, or you might want to use some felt to wrap around a toilet roll, like as some clothes, or like we made a Paddington Bear recently and used some felt for the clothes. So felt's really nice for like embellishments of what you're crafting. And it's nice to have small bits, but also some bigger bits, because with the bigger bits you can maybe sew a little felt heart, which is a great way to get into sewing, because felt is easier to sew than fabric for some children. Then what other goodies have we got? Some glitter glue. Again, glitter glue is something that kids love, and it's great for just embellishment and decorating. We've actually used glitter glue in all sorts of things, so I'm just going to show you what we have used it for. For example, dolly pegs. So these are pegs to make dollies with, and my kids love creating details with glitter glue. Glitter glue does take a while to dry though, so you have to kind of plan that in. So this is quite a nice special thing. You can make fairies, pirates, mermaids, ballerinas, all sorts. And you also saw something that's really important to us: Googly Eyes, a small pack of Googly Eyes. Now put the Googly Eyes on anything and suddenly that anything becomes something. So if you can get some Googly Eyes, always brilliant. Look at this, stick them in here. Oh, and already you have a little figure. I mean, this is what Googly Eyes do. They're amazing, love them. And if you can get different sizes, great, but to be honest, this one size is quite handy. Then we've got some pipe cleaners. Pipe cleaners are great for, you can make fairy wands, or you can wrap them around your dolly peg to create some arms. You can use them in toilet paper for arms. You can add little details on a loo roll, for example. You can create little owl feet. So I mean, it's nice to have pipe cleaners. We don't use them tons in our house, just because it's sort of like, I don't know, we just don't often get around to it. But to be honest, there's lots of uses. We always use a little bit. So we use them on our little cork snowmen. They were part of their earmuffs. So, you know, there's lots of uses, and you don't need lots of it, but it's nice to have it every so often. Now this is, the children added these pom-poms. They love pom-poms. Pom-poms are great to add as noses. So again, maybe this one's a bad example, but if you had it as a loo roll, this would be a really fun nose. My kids like to also stick pom-poms together and create little bugs. So, you know, pom-poms really are just a bit of fun, and they're really tactile and the children love them. Here are also some little bits that the children dug out, sort of like little decorative bits. So here's some little shiny sequins, here's some gems, here's some buttons. Now these are all the sort of craft things that you don't need to get crafty, but they're really fun to decorate, say a loo roll, a picture. You can make beautiful cards with buttons. The ones I've got here, they've got stickies on the back, so they're really easy for the children to use. So these are what I call sort of embellishments that just kind of like to make things special. And you can also stick them on things like dolly bags, to be honest. Then we have some little ribbons. Now we like adding ribbons because then if you make, say, Christmas ornaments, you can hang them up, or Easter ornaments, you can hang them up. And then what have we got here? This is a little bag. The bag doesn't look so nice, but we've got lots of lovely feathers. Now, obviously, feathers are great for little chick crafts, bird crafts, owl crafts, anything animally. But obviously, you could also use feathers, I don't know, to create, you know, not the traditional, but the old-fashioned American Indian type crafts. And then we've added balls of wool, little ones, because that means we can add lots of colours. And wool is great for finger knitting, for pom-pom making, for teaching them to knit the basics. So my kids are now knitting with needles, they're finger knitting, and they're making pom-poms, and they love making pom-poms. And if your kids aren't quite old enough for that, you know, again, back to our dolly pegs or our toilet rolls, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of wool for some hair. So that's why we thought some little balls of wool. You know, we took this off our wool, so you don't have to go out and buy big sets of wool. That's rolled off somewhere, but just get little sets off. And then the last little bit in here is just some coloured card. So it's just because we happen to have some and we wanted to share it, but you could add things like you know, the craft foam, or you could add some, well, I guess felt is very similar, or even just other coloured card, plain colours, and it just means they can snip, 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 make cards out of it, or again, they can use it to decorate their doll as clothes. So, you know, lots of different ideas. We've also actually in the past, we've added things like fabric offcuts, because you know, it's nice to have different pattern fabric. And for example, my husband's shirts have got nice plain fabrics that the children like, and shirts work really well to make stick men. So you can cut little bits of fabric, and I think that can look really nice. You can what else can you add that we've done in the past? We've added, let me think, can't think of anything now, maybe because we've put so much into this box already. But anyway, so this is just to give you an idea of the sort of things we put in our craft box when we give this as gifts. And I think it's quite a good set because it's quite broad and there's lots of different crafts you can make from this. And the important thing is to remember who you're giving to. You know, do they need, have they got the basics? Yes, most people do have some scissors and some tape. And then if they do, then what can you add to make their craft box really, really special? So that's what's in our craft box. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're inspired to give craft boxes as presents. I think that's really nice. And obviously you could add the Red Ted art book as well. But anyway, that's just us. So hope you have a lovely day. Subscribe to Red Ted Art and see you again soon.